Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Chris with Peace of Mind Art and Crafts, and I'm here to show you today a journal that I actually made a journal for myself. So what I'm going to show you is a journal that I made to put in all of my ideas. So it's kind of an idea journal of all the things you can put in a journal. And I'll save them and I'll refer to this from time to time when I need ideas. So I'll show it to you in a second. First of all, I want to show you the back. And the back was an idea that I've just used. I just saw it about 2 weeks ago on another person's channel. I can't remember the name of the lady, but she made a journal and she backed it like this. And it's made so that the tie can go back behind this piece of paper, and then it comes around to the front and you can tie it. You can tie it to the side like this, or you could tie it in the middle, wherever you wanted to. Or you could wrap it around also without a tie. This is so that when you do have it undone, the journal, that the ribbon stays on, and you can just put it to the back while you're using the journal, so you don't lose it. Okay, I'll show you first how to do that idea. I'm not going to show you all of the ideas. A lot of them I have already shown you, or I'm sure you've seen on other channels. So I'm just going to show you this one, since it was kind of new to me. What I did was I made my journal cover that I was going to use, and I made it out of paper. You could make this out of fabric also, and then put the ribbon on this way on the back. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to glue this down, and you're going to put the ribbon underneath. But I liked it having the little holes to come through. So let's do that. Let's put the holes in it. And you can measure this if you like. I'm not going to. I'm just going to set it here, and then I can kind of decide where I want it to be. I'm gonna put it in, I'd say about an inch, 3/4 of an inch from the edge. Then I'll turn it around, and I'll do it on the other side. Try to line it up, and then put the hole in it that way. And then I'm going to find my center on my ribbon. I've already cut the ribbon to the size that I think will be good for tying it around, plus some to tie it into a bow at the front. Okay, and this is halfway mark. I'm going to put it on the halfway of the paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down this part of the ribbon. I'll use my fabric tack glue on this. I'm just going to tack this down because I'm going to be putting the piece of paper over the top of it, which will also have glue on it. So I'm just going to glue this down about in the middle of the page. Now you could, if you had a design on your front that you wanted to have the ribbon be out of the way of the design on the front, then you can put it up or down depending on where you want it. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Okay, I'm going to weave this ribbon through the hole. I do this before I put the glue on the back. Okay. to do is I'm going to center it so I get it where I want it on the side and where I want it on the back. I'm going to put this glue cap back on. Okay, I'm going to do the top part first. My glitter glue. And make sure I get some glue in the center part also. I can place it down. And remember this, if you use the glitter glue, that it dries fairly quick, so you want to make sure that you know that it's on there where you want it before you put it down. Okay, I'm going to lift it up and do the other side. I have already done the burnishing around the edges with the ink on here, although I could do it afterwards too. Okay, and now I turn around so you see the front. Now you would need to, of course, work on the front of your journal to determine what you want to put on it, and of course the inside of the journal. And you want to bind it, of course, and then so this will not come around until the binding's done. And then you can tie it in a bow in the front, however you want to do it. And a very simple way to tie on your cover. Okay. Okay, and like I said, here's mine. I took the ribbon off of it. It's my idea journal. The front of my journal, I used this wonderful lace. This was my last really big piece of this lace that I had, that I just loved. So I thought, well, I better make a journal for myself with using this lace. And then, of course, I had the initial C that I had picked up, and that's for my name, Chris. I used this Artie Mays. This is actually an Artie Mays digital that was printed on fabric. So this is fabric, has a nice feel to it, and it's sewn on to the front of the journal, as is the lace. The lace is also glued on. It's mostly glued on, but the photograph that's printed on fabric is sewn on. Okay, then I made this a while ago. It's a teeny tiny journal. It was on Nick the Booksmith, was on her channel, and she taught you how to make this little teeny tiny journal, and I just loved it. I made several of them, and I made a dangle with beads. Okay, the book is bound with a white cord that is waxed, and then this is also a waxed cord for the dangle, but I tied that on. Okay, and then you open it up, and inside what I did was I wrote down what was just like a regular journal that you write in, only I wrote down the ideas and where I got them from, if they were my ideas or if they were from another channel or from another person. If I could remember the name of the person, I wrote it down. So we'll go through this and see what I have. This pocket is made with sheet music, and I folded it over here and then punched a thumb hole in it. Throughout the journal, I used doily digitals from Gail Augustinelli. and you'll see those throughout the journal. On the cover, I said what I used on the cover, which I just told you about. Okay, second page here, I used some, to spell out my name, I used some these fabric and initials that I had a whole package of that I didn't use too many of them, but I've had them for years, so I thought, well, I better use those. Okay, and this I described on this card here. This is a fold up. I think it was from G-Cur, but I'm not exactly positive, but I think it was from oh no, wait, it was not from G-Cur. It was from another lady. I'll have to think of what her name was. Anyway, it's a the way it's folded, it folds out. It's just one piece of 12 by 12 paper, and it's folded out, and then it's actually it's cut. Some of the corners are cut, and then the way that it's folded, so it goes back into a square. And you can put photos on it. Basically anything you want to put in there. I haven't put anything in there yet, but I will. Okay. This is another pocket, double pocket actually. Just a piece of paper folded over on this pocket and glued in the back. And then you put something here and here. Okay, this is a tag that I made for my dog and cat journals. I used these little brads on the back, and then you can glue them down. This is a doily that I glued down onto some coffee dye paper, or actually I usually use tea on my papers, so I believe this is tea dyed. Okay, then the fabric ruffle is here. I sewed it first, and then I glued it to the page, and I made a whole, sorry for the reach here, I made a whole bunch of these. I just sewed them together. I just kind of left them sewn together until I use them, then I can cut them apart. And this is on one of the spools, and I show you how to make these spools on my channel. These spools to wrap your various ribbons and like snippet rolls and so on that you make. Here's one that has a snippet roll wrapped around it. Okay. Go in here. Okay, another digital. Some other papers. This is a card that I made for my husband for our 35th year anniversary. Boy, it's adding up, aren't they? And stenciling. I showed how I did some stenciling. This is a conversation heart that I used for, I also did a video on these. Has a little saying on it, Earth, Laughs, and Flowers. And I used it as a little pocket. I didn't glue down this part of the flap of the heart to give it a little more room to put whatever in here. Okay, and this was a tag that was sewn around. And then I used the Tim Holtz paper dolls. I'm sure all of you have used these. And a tag made out of cardstock, and then added to that I used a napkin decoupaged onto it. This is a 3-fold pocket, and I've seen it on several channels. I'm not exactly sure whose I first came up with it, but has a pocket there, and then 2 pockets here. Okay, and as I go along, I'll put more things in here. And these are stamps that I made on music paper and then collaged napkins onto them. Here's a flip out that is a journaling card that I put on with washi tape. And here is a folded flower pot by G. Kerr. You can use as I have one pocket here on the back, and then one pocket here. Another doily. Here's a log cabin pocket that I made, and I have a tutorial on this on my channel. This is actually one that I didn't invent it, but that I started with the log cabin quilting pattern. Another ribbon, fabric ribbon that I made, and a little charm, and that dangles from a garment pin. Here's another tip: if your charm is always flopping around, which mine are, this one was kind of heavy, I just glued it down using a little of the fabric tack. I think it makes it a lot neater, and it doesn't, flop around so much. Another page. Here is a paper clip with a piece of ribbon, which is a fairly nice common idea. This is a card that was made by Gail Gustinelli. I went to a meet and greet with her here in the Denver area, and it was great to meet her. She's such a nice lady. And she gave everyone one of these cards. It was so nice of her. And her, of course, her business card. Okay, and my good friend Debbie, she's made a lot of my YouTube. She's an artist herself. She used to work with me in a program that I worked for called Kids Art, and she does watercolor. And these are some of her watercolors that she sent me, like on little bookmarks and little pages. But she decided she loved my YouTube channel, and she decided to try a lot of these ideas out for herself, which was a great compliment to me. This is a Rita Donnelly flip. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. You can fold it up and write inside there, and that's what Debbie did. And she sent me a whole box of, she cleaned out her craft room, and she sent me a whole box of things that I could use. And then she also made me some things, some fun collages, bigger collages, and then quite a bit of paper and buttons, and oh my goodness, just everything. Fabric. Okay, here's an idea. I can't remember where I got this. It's like a fold out pocket inside here, and it's kind of in the shape of a house, I think. So you could, if you want to, you could decorate it like a house. And then here's a tag that I've been making for years. I've been making these. Some of them I make with fabric, some with just paper. And I put a little pocket here so that if you have a gift card to send to someone. And this is one of the first videos that I made, and so that's on my channel. Also, it makes a great substitute for a greeting card. And then, of course, you can write a note or anything on the back of it also. So that's my tag. Here's some more tag ideas. And then this is a little paper clip that's made with paper and wire. And this was on G. Kerr's channel. So if you want to know how to make that on her channel. It's made out of book paper and regular scrapbook paper and some music papers. Okay, this is a snippet, and I got this idea from Rachel, I think, on Roxy Creations. And what she did was she just took a large sheet of craft paper, or you could use a big sheet of coffee dyed paper, and you put down various pieces of paper and start building them up. And then when you have like, oh, probably 9 on your sheet, then you can tear them up and then you can sew on them, which is what I did. Some more stenciling. Use a big paper clip idea. This folds over. And it has a journaling card on the back. Another journaling card. Flip it, fabric flip journaling underneath. Another paper clip using banner. Okay, and these are tags that I made also. This is my slow stitching, and then I also used a lot of embroidery stitches on this, and I saw this idea on Rachel's channel also. And this is all done by hand. And then I rolled it up on one of my snippet rolls, and then I also can cut it off, you know, wherever I want it. Journaling card. This was a journaling card that was made on paper that I had decoupaged on one side and also the other side. And then I took some napkins and decoupaged them on there. And that I've seen on various channels also. Okay, some more journaling cards. More doilies. Here's a booklet that I made out of envelopes. Here is a pen holder that I got the idea from G. Kerr. And I'll show you with the pencil. I don't have a pen right now, but you can just put a pencil in there. And it's probably a good idea to put it at the top of the page so that your pen or whatever sticks out. Okay, and this one has a paper clip on the back. So you can just clip it onto whatever journal you're using. And if you go to another journal, then you just move it over to your new journal. Okay, this is a snippet. This is from a snippet roll that I did. That was on my YouTube channel. And this is a folded kind of a pocket that's made out of one sheet of paper that's folded over, and it has various pockets in here. Here, and is that one? Can't remember. No, just here on the sides. Here and here. Okay, and that closes up with the ribbon. Okay, like I said, I'll be adding more to my idea journal, which is I want. I'm going to crinkle up my ribbon. This is another trick I saw. The seam binding, and you just take it and you crinkle it up, and then you kind of roll it in your hands, and the heat from your hands will wrinkle it. And I kind of like that look. Okay, so just a few ideas for you. You can get some of these ideas off of my channel and also off of other people's channels. You never have to stop being creative. Okay, so that's all for now. I hope you all have a great day and take care. Be safe. Thank you for joining me. Peace of mind.